I'm Harry Moseley. I'm the Global CIO for Zoom Video Communications and joined the company a little over 2.5 years ago after a terrific career spending 40 years in financial services and professional services. We went from 10 million daily participants in December to over 300 million daily participants in April. And from a processing perspective, we measure that in annualized meeting minutes. And in January, we were processing 100 billion annualized meeting minutes, which we thought was like pretty amazing. And then we got to over 2 trillion annualized meeting minutes in April. And as of October, we're now exceeding 3 trillion annualized meeting minutes, which is quite astonishing. So it's been a terrific journey, supporting many wonderful brands in the world, great global enterprises across the planet, helping governments run their countries, and helping our children get educated. The people on the team at Zoom, their commitment to supporting our clients who we think of as partners. No ask is too big or too small. So the team and the focus on our clients, as well as our partners who were there for us when we had to increase capacity. Normally, as an example, it would take 90 days to do a network upgrade, and network partners were getting us additional network capacity in 72 hours, which is relatively unheard of. So it's kind of like over the last 6 months, we've seen the ability to do things in hours and days that would typically have taken weeks and months. And then the third factor is a true testimony of the architecture of the Zoom platform and how it was horizontally scalable to support the increase in traffic and the increase in our daily participants. So we see education as being really critical. And so we decided to give our software away for free to schools. Sort of little did we realize, of course, that schools, weren't sure of how to adopt Zoom, how to deploy Zoom, how to train their people. Teachers, as an example, are used to teaching in the classroom. And they talk about distance learning. Well, distance learning is one thing, but distance teaching is yet another thing. So we had to quickly pivot to doing a lot of training for teachers and students and school administrators about how to use the Zoom platform. And then over the summer, we established the Zoom Academy, which was a program built for the education sector to train teachers, administrators, and school employees that leverage the Zoom platform. And that was I think that one of the things that I learned probably about 5 years ago, and it's one of those elements that I wish I really somebody had told me this much earlier in my career, which is there are things that are important, there are things that are not important, and there are things that you control and things that you don't control. And where you need to focus is on that top right, what you control and what's important. Things that you don't control that are important. Well, what are you going to do about things that are important that you don't control? It's kind of like you can waste an awful lot of cycles on that and have no change, no ability to change the outcome. If things are unimportant and you do control them, probably you should spend some cycles on them, but only if the important things that you do control are done. And then, of course, if they're not important and you don't control them, then that's just completely futile, in my opinion. But so I wish I had learned that sort of 2x2 matrix much earlier in my career. Yeah, there's an expression, and I really just like this expression, which is fail fast. There is no failure. It's like, there's many things I've done in my career that haven't worked out. And I think it's important to experiment. Take a risk, take a measured risk. Don't sort of like jump out of a plane without a parachute type of thing. Take a measured risk, have a lot of fun.